In The Hobbit, Bilbo Baggins finds himself in a cave and must solve Gollum's riddles. This scene finishes with Bilbo conquering over the creature Gollum in possession of the One Ring, whilst having the opportunity to kill the wretched villain. But he doesn't. One, because it's not a fair fight for Gollum. Yet there's another explanation, one provided by Gandalf in the Fellowship of the Ring, which is pity. Although Gollum may deserve to die, which Gandalf acknowledges, he requires pity. Bilbo's mercy ends up shaping much of the narrative in Lord of the Rings. But what is Tolkien saying about pity? In this video, I will put forward my thesis on pity and mercy in the context of Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. My key takeaway is that Bilbo's decision to show mercy and pity towards Gollum is not only derived from pre-modern thinkers, but is also a testament to the uncertain consequences of our actions. I'm Madeleine Rose-Jones, and I help you understand the world through fiction. Subscribe for frequent videos about history, literature, and culture. Welcome to Snowy Fictions. First, I'll begin by stressing the scene between Gandalf and Frodo, because we really develop our understanding of not just Bilbo, Gollum, Gandalf, and Frodo, but of Tolkien himself. This moment of the story is Tolkien at his most didactic. We know Tolkien is not afraid of moral lessons, as The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings are full of this. Yet, Tolkien does something very interesting. He does not shy away from uncertainty or prophecy in his teachings. As Gandalf indicates, the mercy of Bilbo may rule the fate of Middle-earth. Therefore, Tolkien declares the value of pity and mercy, even in situations where the outcome is uncertain or yet to be determined. This is a really interesting piece of writing, and while researching this video, I came across a book about Bilbo and the Hobbit from academic and literary scholar Joseph Pearce. Here, Pearce makes two unique points. One, the conflict between Bilbo and Gollum was life and death, and once Bilbo makes his decision, he is rewarded by escaping the cave relatively unscathed. And two, our actions of virtue or vengeance always have consequences. I love this, and it's true and plays into Tolkien's larger theme of one person changing the course of history. Elrond, in the Fellowship of the Ring, declares, "Yet such is oft the course of deeds that move the wheels of the world. Small hands do them, because they must, while the eyes of the great are elsewhere." Now on to the second aspect of The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings worth discussing, whether Gollum deserves the pity given by first Bilbo and then later Frodo. Here, Tolkien reveals his Catholic side, as his thesis on pity is well engaged within medieval theology. During the High Middle Ages, which is a time in European history between 1100 and 1300 AD, scholars such as St. Thomas Aquinas wrestled with writings from Aristotle. The famed Greek philosopher argued that pity was for those who suffered undeservedly, underwent random misfortune, and evoked sympathy. The key statement, of course, in Aristotle's claim is that a man must deserve pity. Aquinas, however, challenges this. The saint shifts away from the binary of deserved or does not deserved and considers pity as a response to evil, whether destructive or accidental. This position also differs to St. Augustine from late antiquity, who is more driven to understand the emotional dynamics behind the situation that underpin mercy and whether there is a heartfelt sympathy for one's distress. As we can see between these three men, Aquinas, Aristotle, and Augustine, the matter isn't a strict code of who deserves pity and who doesn't, rather what deserves our attention. Returning to Tolkien, the fantasy author is in dialogue with all three of these thinkers. For one, Tolkien is clearly interested in whether Gollum deserves to die or not, as per Aristotle's judgment. There's a reason why Frodo and Gandalf's conversation has so much prominence in the films. And in The Two Towers, the ring-bearer confesses that maybe Gollum does deserve to die, but he feels pity towards him. In relation to St. Augustine, Tolkien is quite clever here. There is a connection between Gollum and Frodo, one that's so powerful and engrossing, yet only each other can really understand and interact with it. Gollum is what Frodo could have been, and perhaps Frodo is who Gollum once was. Finally, we reach Aquinas, or a Thomist view, which may suggest that despite Gollum's evil deeds and corrupt behaviour, including murder, he still deserves pity, and therefore the mercy of both Bilbo and Frodo. Because of this, we can use these three thinkers as a basis of Tolkien's concerns regarding pity. Overall, Bilbo's decision was justified. If Gollum was murdered, not only is this a foul removal of life, but it would have stained Bilbo's conscience. Another, more abstract reason for Gollum being allowed to survive is that he has to, in order to fulfill his destiny in the fate of Middle-earth. His death is not peaceful at all. In fact, it's lined with irony, lava, and anger. But we must recall that in the end of Return of the King, the book, Frodo ultimately forgives Gollum, partially due to the pity he will always have forevermore towards Smeagol. Thank you for watching. If you'd like, share your thoughts in the comments section below, or share this video on social media. I look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks again, and farewell for now.